Hello, just another update really. Not too much to report. Carrying on with the Napoleonic's sort of sharp practice type project. You may start to get quite bored of these videos after a while, but yeah, I've done another group of French. Warlord Games again. Bought the Waterloo box set they do ages ago. And yeah, these were ones, if you've been watching my videos for a little while, which some people have, God knows why, but they do. I did these a couple of years ago, painted them up and sort of based them on a unit of 24 and stuck them on multi-base on 4 at a time. And I really thought they were the best I could do at the time, but things have improved a bit since then, so I've got them out and tightened them up a little bit. Just basically changed a couple of the colours that I thought wasn't entirely happy with, and then stuck a black wash over the top, and then came back and sort of highlighted them up, try and make them look a little bit better, make them pop out a little bit more. So yeah, that's what I've done. There's a group of 8 there. For those of you who don't play sharp practice, line infantry tend to come in groups of 8, so I'm sort of doing a group at a time, which seems to be the way to go. A friend of mine has just informed me that he's bought quite a few French, so I'll probably switch over to the British now. I got a load ready this morning, washed a few sprues and filed down a few metals, and yeah, I've got quite a few of them to do now, so I think that'll be what we do next. So again, there may be a few videos by the odd 1 or 2 groups of 8 as I go through. So not a lot to say really. Luke's APS basing as usual. I just haven't finished basing up the multi-base yet. I need to order a few more of these, but yes, a little unit of French for you. I'll put up some stills at the end. I've also done some commanders. I'll put those up next. Yeah, that'll be these guys. Again, they were from the battalion I did before. So you had some officer command figures on there, and these all in sharp practice. These will stand as sort of individual leaders in their own right, personalities, characters, whatever you want to call them, and a little drummer as well, which you can use to increase their command range if you pay the extra point. So just make sure I use everything really. Again, we'll put some stills up at the end. These are Warlord Games again. They're metal figures. Bought them as a separate. Yeah, I'm probably going to get my fingers in the way, aren't I? It'd be better to do some stills at the end. But yeah, they come as sort of a separate command pack, which you don't unfortunately get in the Waterloo box set. It looks a really good deal, and it is, I suppose. But what they don't advertise particularly, and what I didn't realise until I got it home, was there's no command figures in there, so you have to spend quite a bit more money to get command figures for all your units. So that's where these guys came in. Yeah, they're nice figures actually. I'm quite impressed with their. I've not got too many Warlord metal figures, to be honest, but very impressed with their with the Napoleonic ones I've had so far. They're pretty good. They're probably not as good as Front Rank, or any of those, but they're pretty decent. Quite like them. So yeah, that's that really. So we'll put some stills up at the end, but yes, sort of Napoleonics at the moment. I'm not disappearing completely down the rabbit hole and trying to build up whole corps from Waterloo on a 1-to-1 scale or anything like that. I'm trying to keep it manageable, stick to a skirmish game. But yeah, it's lots of possibilities, and there's as long as I stick to my guns and keep my motivation up, there should be a few more of these churning out. I definitely want to get a decent sized British force done, so I can be having some games anyway. That's the main thing. Yeah, that's that. There was just one other thing I wanted to do actually. A little bit odd. Chris Waring put a video up the other night, and he was asking about how he gets involved with clubs. I did reply in the comments. As I said to you, Chris, Google's your friend with that one. If you Google war games clubs or games clubs and some of the sort of bigger towns around you that you can get to, you're bound to throw up some options. Alternatively, get yourself down to some shows. There's lots of them in the East Midlands. Lots of the local clubs will put on demo games and things, and they'll, they're one of the things they're looking to do there is recruit new members, most of them. So if you see one from a club that's not too far from you, go and have a chat, and they'll only be too happy to speak to you, I imagine. So that's 2 possibilities. But the other thing I mentioned, there's a miniature war games magazine used to run a club directory. I stopped getting the magazine a few months ago because it got a bit rubbish, to be honest. I was getting 3 magazines at the time, and this was by far the inferior one that I was spending no time reading because there was very little in it. But I did got one, someone at the club had a spare one the other day, and I got the latest one, and it didn't have the directory in it anymore, so probably not worth rushing out to buy. But I've got an old one here, so what I'll try to do, if I stick up, they do it sort of area by area. So you said you were in Derbyshire, so if I were to do that, this is for Chris particularly, not a lot of use to anyone else probably, but there you go, Chris. There's 4 clubs in Derbyshire. I'd imagine they'll have websites, so that'll give you a bit of a clue. I don't know if there's other sort of areas you could get into, but based on where you are, there's a few for Leicestershire. Obviously you can pause the video and take any notes if they're any use to you, and obviously Nottingham's not too far from where you are either, so where are we? Try and make this go where I want it to go to. There we are, Nottinghamshire. So there's a few clubs there for you, mate. Yeah, worth a look. As I say, I think Google's going to be your friend, but yeah, hopefully that'll help and give you some people to speak to. But yeah, I'll go back to these guys, and we'll put some stills up, and I'll speak to you again soon. But as I say, before I dash, thank you very much for watching, subscribing, all of the usual stuff. Keep your videos coming, really enjoying them. And take care, all the best. Speak to you again soon. Cheerio.